Okay, this is a quick optional video to help you with, I believe it's slide 2 in 5.3, where you have to drag the descriptions to the correct steps. I'm going to walk through those steps because they use a lot of language, a lot of vocabulary. Okay, so this first part is steps 1 and 2. I'm going to show you what's happening in a diagram that will help you, if you listen and follow along, will help you fill that out. So you might want to have this video in one tab and slide 2 open in the other. So you can kind of go as you're watching this video. Pause it and then go put in the steps. But steps 1 and 2 are done for you. Let me show you where we start. So it's oxygen-rich blood from the lungs enter the left atrium. That is step 1. So we have, here you'll notice our key. Here is oxygen, carbon dioxide. Oxygen-rich blood from the lungs, here are the lungs, enters the left atrium. So it is going from the lungs down into the left atrium. And if we see this over here, this is like a little cutout of or zoomed in to the heart. And you can see the left atrium and the left ventricle. You aren't responsible to know those words, except you need to know them to do this slide. Okay, so the oxygen goes into the blood and it becomes oxygen-rich blood from the lungs, goes into the left atrium. Okay, so here it's coming into the left atrium. Atriums are always on top. Ventricles are on the bottom. The blood always comes in through the ventricles, in through the atriums and out through the ventricles. It's just tricky because they come back up and it looks like the top, but don't worry about that. That you don't need to know. It comes into the left atrium. Step 2, the heart pumps oxygen-rich blood from the left ventricle to the body. Well, that's a little tricky because we left it off, it was in the atrium. That means it had to go through, and this little V here is a valve. Okay, it had to go from the top, the atrium, to the bottom, the ventricle, and then it goes out to the body. And it goes out to the body, as you'll remember in a gizmos, maybe, like this. It comes from the ventricle, comes out like that. Over here, what does that look like? Okay, it comes down, goes up, and then out and away. And those, in this diagram, away is arteries and they are red. Okay, so it is coming. So that's step 1. Oxygen-rich blood from the lungs enters the right atrium, or sorry, the left atrium. Right? And then it goes to the left ventricle and then out to the body. So that's steps 1 and 2. So far, so good, because we already had those. What should be the next step? I want you to look at yours and think, and then look at this one, and then follow along with this one. So when we last left our steps, we had oxygen-rich blood going to the body. What happens to things, to the blood in the body? Why does it go out to the body? Why does oxygen-rich blood go out to the body? Here's what's happening. It's coming out from the left ventricle and going out these arteries away. Okay. Technically not the right one, but to all parts of the body. Why? Well, the body needs what? It needs that oxygen. So here's what's happening. Here I've labeled arteries to the body, veins to the heart. Okay, we have our arteries in red and our veins in blue. Here's what's happening. Okay. The blood is coming through to every part of the body and dropping off oxygen. It's giving oxygen. And it's also taking in carbon dioxide and other waste. So if you think about this, okay, these little lines here are capillaries, tiny, tiny, tiny blood vessels. And they're what's wrapped around the organ or wherever this blood is going, right? And they bring this oxygen into the body. Okay, they bring the oxygen into the body. And then they take the carbon dioxide and send it back to the blood in the veins. Okay? And the arteries and veins are connected with these capillaries. And in between here are the organs. Okay? So if you've got muscle tissue here, right? Because we're looking at our arm over here. The blood is bringing oxygen into that muscle tissue and taking carbon dioxide away. And that is step 3. Oxygen is dropped off and carbon dioxide and other waste is picked up. Okay, so the blood picks up carbon dioxide, drops off oxygen. That's what's happening in step 3. Now we get to steps 4 and 5. Okay. This is going back to the heart. So let's trace our path again. We had oxygen-rich blood that came out to parts of the body, right? It did that swap, and it gave carbon dioxide back to the blood in the veins. And the blood goes back to the heart. What side does it go back to? It goes back to the right. And remember, this is happening all over the body. So these veins that are going back to the heart are all carrying oxygen poor blood because they've given away their oxygen. These arteries were all giving the oxygen away, and the veins are picking up the carbon dioxide and bringing it back to the heart. What side of the heart does it go in? Here we have a little zoomed in model, right? And that carbon dioxide goes in the right side, which is the right atrium. It's the top side. Now here I have this zoomed in thing so we can better show. It comes into the right atrium. Remember, this top is the atrium. So it comes into the right atrium and then goes down to the right ventricle. And that is step 4. Oxygen poor blood from the body, here it is, coming from the body, goes into the right atrium, goes into the top part of the right side of the heart. That's step 4. Then it goes to the right ventricle. That's step 5. The heart pumps oxygen poor blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. Now it's going from the right ventricle to the lungs. Now, in reality, the ventricle's down here. But if you remember from the gizmos, it kind of shoots up here this way and goes up and out to the lungs. So the right side of the heart takes this carbon dioxide blood and sends it out to the lungs. It's actually the only red that has, well, it goes in here, right? It also comes up here and goes in here. It sends that carbon dioxide to the lungs. Why? Why does it have to take it away from all parts of the body, but give it to the lungs? It's because that special job that the lungs can do. And here we are on step 6. Now, and my zoomed in model over here, which I drew, so it's not quite as thing, but here's our heart, here's the lungs, but we just sent that carbon dioxide to the lungs, right? So we know we have some carbon dioxide in the lungs, the blood of the lungs at least, right? What's happening in that thing? Those arteries, and don't worry too much about arteries and veins, but they are dropping off that CO2. Remember, this is CO2. They're dropping off the carbon dioxide into the lungs. And then the lungs are giving the blood oxygen. So it's saying to the blood, let me take your carbon dioxide and let me give you oxygen. And again, just like in the other places of the body, I'm kind of backwards on my colors here, but don't worry about it. It's all backwards in the lungs anyway. We have these capillaries, these tiny little blood vessels that are connecting the arteries and veins. Okay? And that's where this is happening. Okay? These capillaries are wrapped around the lungs or everything else, and that's where this is switching. Okay? Oxygen into the blood, carbon dioxide out. So oxygen from the lung to the blood, carbon dioxide from the blood to the lung. Why? What can that lung do with that? That lung can breathe it out. So the last step, which is not in these steps, the last thing you see happening is not in the blood vessels, but in the trachea. That carbon dioxide is getting breathed out. But step 6 is carbon dioxide and other waste are dropped off in the lungs. That's happening right here. And oxygen is picked up. So the blood picks up oxygen, drops off CO2 and other wastes. And that are the 6 steps. If you missed some, go back, rewind, catch it again, watch it again. This will also help you probably with your diagram for 5.3. You can use this to help you diagram all the parts, including arteries and veins. Good luck. Have fun.